Hey friends, it's Charles here, and I'm here with a new series that I am going to call Action Figure Impact. And what I'm going to do is every Thursday, being the Impact Wrestling airs on Thursday, I want to share another figure of somebody who may have originated in Impact Wrestling, made a big impact, so to speak, in Impact Wrestling, or may have moved from WWE to Impact Wrestling, so on and so forth. And I figured for the first episode, there is no better action figure to talk about than the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. He is actually the wrestler that got me into watching Impact Wrestling back when they were doing the weekly pay per views every Wednesday. It was like $5 a pay per view. I loved it, and this is how he looked around that time. It was in the early 2000s, and little people know I didn't even realize because I had quit watching wrestling by 1998, 99. But he was an integral part of the WCW Cruiserweight Tag Team Division. Hence the WCW T-shirt, the natural T-shirt that you see on this throwback figure. But this is also what he looked like in the early days of Impact as well. He had the buzz, the little haircut here. He didn't have long hair yet. He was just a forever babyface, it seemed. He did have heel runs early in his career, but they were not good, especially when he was kind of a nature boy protege. That did not fit with his personality. So let's take a look at a lot of AJ Styles figures. He's a guy that has been accused of being a peg warmer, and I don't think it's not that his action figures didn't sell. It was just that there were so many. I personally have, including this, four elite AJ Styles action figures and more basics. So let's take a look at this. This is one of the newer action figures, so we should have pretty decent articulation to pull off all these signature moves. So, yeah, let's look at the articulation. We have double jointed elbows. Nice. So, if he had the gloves, we could actually get that glove pose, you know, um, that he would have done later in his career. That's one problem I had with the other elites is they had the gloves when you put them together. It says AJ, but he couldn't get his damn hands in touch because we only had the single jointed elbows. But we have double joints right here. You see the elbow can go all the way back. That's nice. It came with multiple hands. I just went with the fist. Good all around look. So we have double jointed elbows, head, of course. We have the back and forth torso movement. Let's see, the legs, double jointed knees, again hindered by the cursed knee pads. If Mattel could find a way to get these things to move or flex with the knee, that would be wonderful. It almost defeats the purpose of having double jointed knees if you're gonna have these stiff knee pads. But the articulation is good. My only problem is the knee pads, but we can get those stretched out and moved around a little bit. Um, do we have a thigh cut here? Yes, we do. We have a thigh cut so we can move the leg in and out as well as around here with that ball joint. And so let's take a look at the lightness. Um, yeah, it's AJ Styles. The face is, you know, pretty good. I mean, it captures his youthful look very well with the haircut and everything. I mean, without the T-shirt, you would think this was an early TNA action figure. His gear didn't change a lot, so an interesting story. The reason why he didn't sign with WWE is because he wanted to support his wife who was in college and stay close to home with her. And so he went to TNA, which I think is a blessing in disguise because a lot of those guys that went straight from WCW to WWF were really mismanaged, and I don't think he would have become the legend that he is today if he would have had to start from the bottom as a WCW guy in WWE. One big difference you'll see here, which is also accurate, is on his newest action figures, he has the tattoos. And what those tattoos are, if you don't know, are the name or the birth dates of his children, of which he didn't have yet. So of course, it's very clean torso here, no tattoos or anything. He's wearing short tights that he wore a lot back in the early days. And I think this is a great figure. I mean, the only, I think he was probably a little bit bulkier in these days. He's looking jacked now. But, but then again, he's changed a lot physically over the years to more or less bulky. He's always been in great shape. But, yeah, I don't want to speculate, but, some companies are not as big on testing for things. And plus, also, you have to think, too, when he got this big for this comeback, he was off the road a lot of times. And you have to imagine that, if you're getting big naturally, traveling all over the place, not getting proper rest, you're not going to have as much success trying to add muscle. So that may be the only difference, is when he's not traveling a lot, he's probably a lot bigger. But this is a great figure if you can get it. It's part of these retro lines that I'm really, really enjoying. And hopefully I'll be able to get a few more. But this is the first edition of Action Figure Impact, where I feature an action figure of somebody who was in Impact Wrestling. I hope you dig it. If you can, go out and get this phenomenal AJ Styles with the Monday Nitro shirt, which I think is a great addition. My first wrestling show, as a matter of fact, was a WCW show back in about 96, 97. It was a house show here. And so, this is a cool little memory. Anyway, yeah, I'll see you guys next time. I'm going to have more content with more action figures and comic books. Until next time.